Welcome back. All right, the preseason gets rolling today, so we can discuss this. We have one game today in the National Hockey League, 15 tomorrow, and 4 on Monday. Now, you have to have 8 veterans for each team in every preseason game. So let's discuss what qualifies as a veteran according to the National Hockey League regulations and guidelines. Keep in mind that this is the last year that the preseason will roll for 2+ weeks. They are taking a week off the preseason next year because of the 84-game schedule. I welcome this because 8 veterans have to appear in each game. The NHL wants to make sure you're getting your money's worth for the preseason. Preseason games, I still think, are a little too pricey considering what qualifies as a veteran. A forward or defenseman who played in 30 or more games last season in the National Hockey League. So that's a good part of the rule. There also has to be a goaltender who dressed for 50 games or played 30-plus games this past season. You can also qualify players as a veteran if they have more than 100 games of NHL experience. So if they've played 100 or more games in the NHL, they qualify as a veteran. There are a lot of farmhands for the AHL who will meet that guideline. Also, qualifying as a veteran are this year's first-round draft picks. That's where it gets kind of head-scratching. I do feel like in other years, I've looked to see where the veterans are, and I've kind of been baffled by some of the lineups, but I think that's what it was. I think it's that I didn't realize that this year's draft picks qualify as veterans. So it's probably what threw me. I just figured veterans meant they'd played in the NHL before. Stupid hockey guy. All right, one game today at St. Louis and Dallas. It starts at 7 o'clock Eastern. I do put the times as Eastern because a lot of the viewers for the channel are in the Eastern time zone. Just makes sense that way. I am in the Pacific time zone. I've been doing it this way for many years. It'd be weird if I switched to Pacific now. So that's the one game, and then we got 15 tomorrow, including some double headers. So the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils start things off at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Then at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, Florida plays against Nashville. Toronto plays against Ottawa. That game is on Sportsnet 1. I would love to stand here and say I will watch it and review it for all you fine people on the internet. However, we are going to a concert tomorrow. It's going to depend on what all the timelines look like for that. I'd rather not miss Lincoln Park because I watched a preseason game and had to review it. So there's that. But at any rate, yeah, those are your earlier games. And then at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, Colorado playing with Utah designated the home team. There are neutral site games during the preseason. So yeah, a lot of these are going to be in the home building of the teams that are at the bottom. So the top team is the away team, bottom team is the home team, all that fun stuff. So at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, we got 3 games starting then tomorrow. Minnesota and Winnipeg, St. Louis and Columbus, Washington and Boston. So some good rivalries there. But like I said, the veteran lineup tells you, I mean, those guidelines, you're going to see a lot of AHL players up there. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, Anaheim plays against LA, so Battle of California. We know California teams don't like each other. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 2 games starting then. Florida and Nashville, so that's the second game of a doubleheader. Philadelphia and the Islanders. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, the Oilers and the Flames are playing split squad. A game in Edmonton between those two teams and a game in Calgary starting at the same time between those same two teams. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start as well for the Vancouver Canucks in Seattle, as well as for Vegas and San Jose, a rivalry which we're looking forward to seeing become a rivalry again. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, the Colorado Avalanche host the Utah Mammoths. So those teams play twice tomorrow, meaning more split squad action. And so, yeah, we'll see what those lineups look like and what those results look like. And if anything of note takes place in preseason games, of course, I'll talk about it the next day in a news video. Then Monday, we have 4 games on Monday. Sportsnet 1 will be showing the game between Buffalo and Columbus at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. Just going to say right now, I'm very, very much leaning towards watching and reviewing this game for sure. And that'll be complete with notes and everything. Pittsburgh will play Montreal at 7 Eastern as well. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Tampa Bay and Carolina. Then Sportsnet 1 will be also showing at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, Utah and the Anaheim Ducks. So the Ducks playing against LA and then playing against Utah. So there you go. That's your pretty busy schedule. On the Tuesday, Detroit and Chicago, they start their preseason with Chicago playing in Detroit. So, yeah, they're the late debuting teams. Everybody else will already have played over the first 3 days. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the preseason being shortened by a week starting next season? I'm completely in favor. As I mentioned, a lot of the veteran players don't even play in these games anyways. So outside of seeing what the young kids can do and getting a look at your AHL players and seeing which ones should be your first call-ups, there's not a whole lot that these games necessarily get accomplished. And then there's still a risk of injury, even though these are virtually no-hitting games. We'll see how it all turns out. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.